There is one corner of almost every yard that seems determined to stay ugly. Maybe it is beneath mature trees where the branches block the sunlight. The soil is packed with roots, and even after rain, the ground dries out faster than you expect. Maybe it is along a north-facing wall where direct sunlight barely reaches the soil. You plant something, wait patiently, and then watch it struggle. Eventually, most gardeners reach for the same familiar solution: hostas. And there is nothing wrong with hostas. They are reliable, beautiful, and incredibly useful in shady gardens. But here is the secret many gardeners never discover. Hostas are not the only plants that can handle shade. In fact, there are shade-loving perennials that can bring colors, textures, flowers, height, and even winter interest that hostas simply cannot provide. Some can make a dark corner look brighter with golden foliage. Others use silver leaves to reflect the little light available. Some rise above the garden with tall, feathery flowers, while others create elegant woodland shapes beneath trees. So if your shady garden feels repetitive or dull, today we are going beyond hostas and looking at 9 plants that can completely change the way you think about shade. Let's begin with one of the most eye-catching options of all. Plant number 1 is Sun King Aurelia, a plant that seems almost designed for difficult, dark corners. The first thing you notice is its foliage. Instead of deep green leaves that disappear into the shadows, Sun King Aurelia produces brilliant chartreuse gold foliage that seems to glow. And that is exactly why it is so useful. In a shady garden, bright foliage can act almost like a natural light source, drawing your eye into an area that would otherwise feel dark and forgotten. Many plants with golden or brightly colored leaves become dull or even scorched when exposed to too much intense sunlight. Sun King Aurelia is different because its strongest color can develop in filtered light and shade. However, there's an important detail. Do not put it in harsh afternoon sun simply because you want more color. Strong direct sunlight can scorch those beautiful leaves, so a location beneath trees where sunlight is filtered is often much better. Once established, it can reach around 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide, giving you enough size to make a real impact without becoming impossible to manage. It is also herbaceous, which means the top growth disappears during winter and then returns from the ground when spring arrives. It is hardy across zones 3 through 9, making it suitable for a large portion of the country. Imagine taking the darkest corner of your garden and placing a pool of golden foliage right in the middle of it. Suddenly, that space does not look forgotten anymore. It becomes a focal point. And that is one of the biggest advantages of using foliage color in a shade garden. You do not always need flowers to create excitement. Sometimes the leaves themselves can do all the work. Now, before we move to the next plant, tell me in the comments, have you ever grown Sun King Aurelia, or would this be completely new for you? Because our next plant uses a completely different strategy. Instead of gold, it brings silver into the shade. Plant number 2 is Japanese painted fern, and this is one of those plants that can make you stop and look twice. Its fronds can combine shades of silver, burgundy, blue, and green, creating an appearance that almost looks painted by hand. But the beauty of this fern is not only about color. Those silvery surfaces actually help visually brighten a shady garden. When a bed receives very little sunlight, pale or reflective foliage can catch the available light and bounce some of that brightness back into the surrounding space. Suddenly, the garden feels lighter without needing more sunlight. Japanese painted fern is also useful because it stays relatively compact. Many varieties reach only around 12 to 18 inches tall and approximately 18 inches wide, making them much easier to place in smaller beds than larger fern varieties. Give them partial to full shade and soil that remains moist but drains well. Once established, they can be remarkably cold-hardy and dependable. But there is one seasonal moment that makes ferns especially fascinating. Every spring, new fronds begin emerging from the soil, tightly curled into small spirals. Slowly, as temperatures rise, those spirals begin to open. The fronds unfurl, expand, and reveal the beautiful pattern underneath. It is a small transformation, But once you watch it happen, you understand why so many gardeners become obsessed with ferns. A shade garden should not be interesting only when flowers are blooming. Good shade plants give you something to appreciate throughout the seasons, and Japanese painted fern does exactly that through its foliage and spring emergence. But what if your shade garden needs more than low foliage? What if the bed feels flat and you want something that rises above everything else? That brings us to plant number 3, astilbe. If Japanese painted fern is about delicate texture and reflective foliage, astilbe is about height, movement, and drama. A dark garden bed can sometimes feel visually heavy because everything stays close to the ground. Astilbe solves that problem by ascending tall, feathery flower plumes upward above the foliage. Depending on the variety, those plumes can appear in white, pink, purple, or deep red. They sway gently when the breeze moves through the garden, creating movement that is especially beautiful in woodland settings. White varieties can appear almost luminous in shade, while deep red varieties create a dramatic contrast against darker surroundings. But astilbe is not just about flowers. Its finely divided foliage adds texture even before and after flowering, giving the plant more than one season of visual interest. Depending on the variety, astilbe can range from roughly 18 inches to around 3 feet tall and about 2 feet wide. However, there's one condition you absolutely need to remember: moisture. Astilbe performs best in rich soil that remains consistently moist but is not waterlogged. That makes it a poor choice for extremely dry soil underneath mature trees with aggressive root systems. If your shade is dry, do not assume every shade plant will behave the same way. Matching the plant to your soil conditions is one of the most important parts of successful shade gardening. For gardeners who can provide enough moisture, though, astilbe can be spectacular. And there is another simple way to improve its performance: feeding. A balanced, slow-release fertilizer applied in late winter or early spring, before new growth and flower buds develop, can give the plant the support it needs for strong growth and flowering. When moisture, soil quality, and feeding are right, astilbe can go from merely surviving to becoming one of the most impressive plants in the bed. Now, if astilbe is the dramatic performer, plant number 4 is its quieter, more graceful opposite. Plant number 4 is Solomon seal. This is the plant for gardeners who love the feeling of a natural woodland rather than a formal flower bed. Its stems arch gracefully outward, creating an elegant shape without needing constant pruning or shaping. Small, bell-shaped flowers hang beneath the stems in neat rows, almost as if someone carefully placed them there. Solomon seal prefers partial to full shade and protection from harsh direct sunlight. It also likes soil that is moderately moist, well-drained, and rich in organic matter, with slightly acidic to neutral conditions. Again, there is nothing unusual about those requirements. In a healthy woodland-style bed, these conditions are often naturally present. Variegated varieties can be especially attractive because their green leaves are edged with creamy white, adding another layer of brightness to a shady area. Some forms also have reddish stems, giving the plant even more visual character. Plant Solomon seal beneath trees and shrubs alongside ferns, coral bells, and other woodland perennials, and it can gradually create a soft, natural-looking ground cover. One of the best things about it is that it looks more delicate than it really is. Once established, Solomon seal can become surprisingly tough and dependable. It does not need to scream for attention. Instead, it quietly fills space, adds structure, and makes the garden feel more mature. And sometimes those quieter plants are exactly what a garden needs. But if quiet elegance is not your style, do not worry, because plant number 5 is almost the complete opposite. It is dark, dramatic, mysterious, and impossible to ignore. Plant number 5 is bugbane, also known as black cohosh. Some varieties produce foliage so dark purple that it can appear almost black. Then, from the middle of that dark foliage, tall flower spikes rise upward and become covered in small, creamy white flowers. The contrast is extraordinary. Those pale blooms can look like candles standing in the darkness, especially when the plant is surrounded by other shade-loving foliage. Depending on the variety and growing conditions, flowering can begin around midsummer and may continue into early fall, giving the garden a long period of interest. Bugbane prefers moist, rich soil and partial shade. It can be especially effective beneath tall deciduous trees where it receives filtered light, or near evergreens where the shade is deeper, provided the soil does not dry out completely. There are two major conditions to avoid: hot, intense direct sunlight, and dry, compacted soil. Both can cause unnecessary stress. Another important point is placement. Black cohosh develops a strong root system, so it is better to choose its permanent location carefully rather than planning to move it repeatedly. And when you are buying one from a nursery, do not automatically grab the tallest plant in the entire section. Height is not always the best indicator of quality. Look for healthy roots, strong growth, and several active shoots. A smaller plant with a strong root system can often establish more successfully than a tall, stressed specimen. If you have room, planting several black cohosh together can create an impressive dramatic display. A single plant can work as a specimen, but a group gives the foliage and flower spikes much more visual impact. So far, we have covered golden foliage, silver foliage, vertical flowers, woodland elegance, and dramatic dark foliage. But we are only halfway through the list. The remaining plants bring even more surprises, including an exceptionally long flowering season, tough ground covering ability, another form of silver foliage, and one plant that can actually flower when much of your garden is still asleep. That is where the list gets even more interesting, because shade does not have to mean a garden that looks lifeless for most of the year. With the right plants, a shady space can have color, movement, texture, and seasonal interest from spring through winter. So if you have always believed that the only reliable solution for shade is another row of hostas, keep watching, because the next 4 plants may completely change your mind. If you thought shade gardens were limited to hostas, the final 4 plants on this list may completely change your mind, because these are the plants that bring some of the most surprising qualities to difficult shady spaces. Plant number 6 is Roseanne cranesbill geranium. And if your biggest problem is finding a plant that keeps flowering instead of giving you one short burst of color, this is one worth remembering. Roseanne is famous for its unusually long blooming season, often continuing for months rather than disappearing after a few weeks. Its beautiful blue-violet flowers have pale centers and rise above a broad, flowing mound of foliage that can reach around 18 to 24 inches tall while spreading even wider. That dense growth is useful for another reason. It shades the soil underneath, leaving fewer open spaces where weeds can take hold. Roseanne is also forgiving, which makes it especially appealing if you are a beginner gardener. It can grow in sun or partial shade, tolerate short dry periods once established, and does not demand perfect soil. However, there's an important difference between partial shade and deep shade. Roseanne flowers most heavily when it receives at least some direct light. So if your garden receives a little morning sun or filtered sunlight during the day, this plant can be an excellent choice. It may not be the answer for the darkest corner beneath a dense evergreen, but in lighter shade, it can keep the garden colorful long after many other plants have stopped blooming. Plant number 7 is large-flowered comfrey. And this is the plant I would remember if you have one of those frustrating areas where the soil seems determined to defeat everything you plant. Think about the ground beneath mature trees, where thick roots compete for moisture and nutrients, or a north-facing wall, where sunlight is limited and the soil is difficult to improve. Large-flowered comfrey can handle conditions that make more delicate plants struggle. Its broad, coarse leaves form dense colonies that cover bare ground and naturally reduce the space available for weeds. In spring, clusters of small bell-shaped flowers appear in shades that can range from creamy white and pale yellow to blue, depending on the variety. But its greatest strength comes after it becomes established. It can require remarkably little attention, which is exactly what you want from a difficult, out-of-the-way part of the garden. There is, however, a warning that should not be ignored. That toughness can also become a problem. Comfrey can spread steadily, and under favorable conditions, it may spread aggressively enough that removing it later becomes difficult. So do not plant it beside a delicate perennial that you would hate to lose. Instead, give it a permanent location where you actually want a strong ground cover and where its spreading habit will not cause trouble. Used in the right place, its aggressive nature becomes an advantage because it can cover difficult soil and reduce the amount of maintenance required. Plant number 8 is Siberian bugloss, or Brunnera, and this one brings another kind of silver into the shade garden. In spring, Brunnera produces clusters of tiny blue flowers that resemble forget-me-nots, but the real reason gardeners love it is the foliage. Its large, heart-shaped leaves can be covered in intricate silver markings that catch the available light and make the entire plant appear brighter. In partial or full shade, that silver foliage can act almost like a reflector, helping a dark garden bed feel more open and luminous. One of the best-known varieties is Jack Frost, whose leaf can appear almost completely silver with narrow green veins running through them. In a deep shady corner, the effect can be remarkable, almost as if the leaves have been dusted with frost that never melts. Brunnera is also a dependable perennial for colder climates. Give it rich, well-drained soil and consistent moisture, especially if you live somewhere warmer, and it can return year after year with relatively little trouble. The final plant on our list is the one that breaks the biggest rule of all. It can bring flowers to the garden when almost everything else is still dormant. Plant number 9 is hellebore. Depending on your climate, hellebores can bloom in late winter or early spring, sometimes when the garden still looks completely lifeless. The trees may be bare, the soil may be cold, and snow may still be covering parts of the landscape. Yet hellebores can push their flowers upward and begin blooming anyway. Their flowers come in an incredible range of colors, including white, pink, purple, green, and shades so dark they can look almost black. But the flowers are only part of the reason they are so valuable. Their thick, leathery leaves often remain evergreen or semi-evergreen, giving the plant structure even after the flowers have faded. Hellebores are also among the toughest plants in this entire collection. Once established, their deep roots can help them tolerate dry periods, although young plants still need regular watering while they settle in. They are generally low maintenance and can remain in the same location for many years, sometimes decades, without needing frequent division. Partial shade is ideal, but they can tolerate deeper shade as well, particularly beneath deciduous trees. In those locations, they benefit from the extra light that reaches the ground during winter and early spring before the trees develop their full canopy. And that makes hellebores perfect for the exact kind of space gardeners often consider hopeless, a dark corner where almost nothing else wants to flower. So now we have all 9. Sun King Aurelia for brilliant golden foliage, Japanese painted fern for silver and delicate texture, Astilbe for height and feathery flowers, Solomon Seal for woodland elegance, Bugbane for dramatic dark foliage and bright flower spikes, Roseanne Cranesbill for an exceptionally long flowering season, large-flowered comfrey for tough ground cover, Brunnera for glowing silver heart-shaped leaves, and hellebores for flowers when winter is barely over. Before choosing a plant, look closely at the conditions in your yard. Is the shade deep or partial? Is the soil dry because mature tree roots are competing for water, or does it stay naturally moist? Does the area receive, filter morning light? Does it become brighter in winter when deciduous trees lose their leaves? Those details can make the difference between a plant that merely survives and one that truly thrives. And that is the real secret to growing beautiful shade gardens. Stop asking, what can survive here? And start asking, what plant is actually designed for these conditions? Once you make that change, those difficult corners become opportunities instead of problems. You can use gold to brighten the darkest spaces, silver to reflect light, flowers to create movement, bold foliage to add structure, and tough ground covers to hide bare soil. So, which of these 9 plants would you most like to try? And what kind of shade are you dealing with in your own yard? Dry soil beneath mature trees, moist woodland soil, deep shade, or partial shade? Tell me in the comments, because your answers can help decide which shade-loving plants I cover next. And if this video gave you a new idea for that stubborn corner of your garden, make sure you come back for the next one. Your darkest garden space may not need another hosta after all. It may just need the right plant.